Joshua, good to have you with us today. I actually want to go to number 2, to this other piece of what Jeanine Pirro said, because this is one of the videos that can break down. The third charge here is firing at a federal officer. The first one, obviously, is an attempt to assassinate the president of the United States. But this is what they were getting at in this interview in terms of establishing that he shot that federal officer. So just watch this other part of that interview. Watch.
The suspect and several officers then run out of frame. Is there additional surveillance video of what happens down the hall, and is that going to be released too?
Well, as we go forward, there will be more that will be released. But at this point, we've released everything we needed for the detention. We will be going into the grand jury. May 8th is a preliminary hearing scheduled.
Yeah, so that is this Friday. There'll be a grand jury preliminary hearing in this case. Josh, your thoughts on whether or not these videos and the evidence that you hear from Judge Pirro establishes that indeed this shooter fired at a federal agent on his way towards the ballroom?
I mean, what we're hearing from Judge Pirro, it sounds definitive. If they've recovered one of those buckshot from the vest of that officer, and I believe that what they're saying is that that is the shot that he appears to be taking in that video that you were just showing, that to me is clearly attempted murder. I expect those charges. To be clear, what he has been charged with in regards to the firing of that weapon is just the discharge of a weapon during the commission of a felony, but no actual assault on an officer and no actual attempted murder. In my view, you take a shotgun and you fire at center mass of an officer in the way that he was charging into that room at that time. That's attempted murder, and I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, obviously, there's always a lot of questions around the protection element. We know President Trump has said that he feels that they absolutely did their job on that night. Many of us were inside that ballroom and are glad that this didn't go any further. I can say that. But there's another video that shows a canine officer, and maybe we can put this up, who the doorway right before the mags, the dog seems to go towards that open doorway. And what Judge Pirro said in this interview is that the suspect was taking off a long coat back there, but you see the canine officer pull the dog back out of that doorway and sort of walk away as if there's nothing suspicious there. And she said that was a bomb dog, and there was no bomb that he would have been able to pick up a scent of there. What are your thoughts? You know, because everyone's analyzing all this video very closely.
They are, and that was troubling to me as well. A lot of keen observers picked that up right away, that it does appear as though that dog seemed to be alerting to the shooter inside of that room, whatever that location is there. You would have hoped, you would have expected, maybe we could have avoided some of this violence if the officer, the handler of that canine at that time, had done more. But it does appear as though he's just trying to pull the dog back. The dog seems persistent, even to me. So it is troubling that maybe that is part of the debrief into all of this.
Yeah, of course. It's all part of the investigation. Quickly, before I let you go, because we mentioned this at the top, why is the judge apologizing to this suspect for his treatment?
It's very troubling. I'll tell you that. One of the pillars of a judicial conduct is not to be prejudging a case. It sounds like that's exactly what's happening here with this judge. I hope this is not a precursor of things to come. Very unsettling.
Yeah, do you think there's any, could this defendant and his team say that his mistreatment is grounds for anything that would affect this case?
When you've got a judge who's already making comparisons from this case to the protesters on January 6th, where I don't know how you make a comparison, putting aside that you have a person charging in with a shotgun, attempting to kill people, to protesters. With that kind of a judge seemingly on your side and in your pocket, I would expect they would start making those aggressive arguments any day now.
Wow. Strong words. We'll watch what happens here. Josh, thank you very much.